when your Dexter mini bull thinks he's man enough to hang out with the big girls, the standard cows. That's Henri. He's a Dexter. That's a 4-foot fence to the left of him, and he's flirting with these big girls. Now Henri has had success before when this white Charolais was not quite old enough to breed, we thought. We were weaning her and we put her in there with Henri. And this is their offspring. Her name is Twinkie. We think she's going to be something like a micro. She just doesn't want to get bigger. That's her now, and she's 8 months old, being weaned. This is a full mini right here. Her name is Peaches. She's 5 years old. Again, Peaches, a standard gait. That shed back there in the background is short for the minis and for dogs in the dead of winter. So Peaches gets in there all the time, even though it was built for the dog kennel. So that's the mama right there, and offspring. Now I'm going to show you this year's calves that are only 3 months old, and they're already as tall as this 8-month-old calf. Right there, drinking milk right now, is one of the 8-month-olds. Right there is the first bull we had. I believe I said that one was 8 months old, but these are all this summer, so 2 to 3 months old. Painting without moving, seeing mama. And you can see how she is just not getting bigger. But right back here, in the background, looking at the fence, is the Dexter that bred with her. Snow White produced with Henri in the background. That sweet little thing right there. And this is a 5-year-old Jersey in front of her, a mini. Again, you can see I'm standing outside the gate and how short they are. And I also have Blackie over here. She produced this little boy, who's 6 months old. And that's warp speed for him right now. That's as fast as he usually goes. He is so well fed and so used to getting everything brought to him. He just meanders about. He has slow and slower speed, and that's it. And you can see now, that's his full-grown daddy out there. Daddy is approximately 4.5 years old, miniature Dexter, and we have him separated because we're weaning this little girl right here. We don't want him doing what he did before, being the mat daddy of the cows and thinking he can hump anything that comes his way. Isn't that right, Henri? Hey, Henri boy. When I started with Peaches. It all began with her. She was just barely being weaned when I got her. I actually slept on the porch with her the first night because it was thundering and lightning, and I did not know what I was doing. So she was about the size of a Great Dane, and she and I slept on the porch together on a blanket, and she is spoiled rotten. Then I got Blackie over there, and Blackie is the sweetest she can be. She'll raise two babies at once. She'll take on anybody that wants to nurse. Isn't that right, Blackie girl? Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Uh-huh. But this boy, he got his name by earning it. He was at my property for less than probably 40 minutes, 30 minutes. And in his anxiety of being transported and everything else, he took off running. He was no higher than knee-high. He barreled through the corner of a fence and was gone for over a week. Now, he still had a halter on him. So I had to put a neighborhood watch out for this stupid buddy to be returned. And my neighbors, who were pretty much rodeo cowboy retirees, decided that they'd go find him. And they got in a golf cart and went running around all over the neighbors' pastures till they found him. And because he still had a halter and a leash on him, they tied him up. But he'd been gone for over a week with that halter and leash. He's been documented belly crawling under fencing. He will do anything he has to do to get to his girlfriends now. Hence the electric fence down here is intact for his enjoyment. And those are this year's calves. I expanded my operation this year, or actually 2 years ago, and I acquired 8 more cows. And then I had one bottle baby named Fred, which is right over there. He was on death's door, and we bottle fed him till we got him looking good. Come over here and let's look at Freddie. Hey, Fred. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. And yes, I'm the primary caregiver. I wouldn't consider myself a cowgirl, but I'm a country girl. And I love cows. So I started out with the minis. And I've had 8 offspring so far. And as a hobby farm, I sell off the bulls as I have them, and sometimes the females for people that want to start their own hobby farm. But I screen all my applicants pretty well. I don't let my cows just go to some place that I don't know about. They're babied too much. They're too friendly. They're spoiled rotten. And they pretty much get what they want, don't they, Peaches? I don't have to have a fence. I can get a bucket of feed, and I can go anywhere I want with Peaches and Blackie to accomplish moving them from one pasture to another. Here's what our back pasture looks like, even though that's the front right now of the neighbor's yard, but that's what our back pastures look like. So, if you're curious to find out just how much I invested in them, when I started purchasing miniature cows, the guy who had them was selling them to me really reasonable. I paid $600 for this little girl. And when she was first at my property, I could actually pick her up and carry her around. This is Blackie, and she was $600 5 years ago. Ain't you right, Becky girl? You're a good girl. Henri, I believe I paid $800 for him. The price of the market was starting to go up. And I believe I've sold approximately 8 minis since I started this endeavor. The ones that get names get full-time retirement here on the farm. When they're finished, they don't go anywhere. They're not going to the freezer. They are just my babies. Don't make much money off of them that way, except for their offspring. It cost me about $300+ in grain. Let's see, how would I? About every 10 days. And I have about 100 animals. I have 10 standard cows, 1 bottle calf rescue that I'm working on right now that's over there sleeping, 4 minis right now, and I can do whatever I want to Peaches. I've even had photo shoots where people bring their babies over and sit them on her with us in the background, but she'll let you do anything. Just so you can get a size, this is the standard. That is Peaches. Go around this way and get her compared. And I would never walk behind a cow like that if you didn't know them. Bad idea. But there is Peaches. There's a pretty girl. That's Whitey. And she got bred by the mini bull. We didn't think he could get there, but he produced that sweet little thing right there. And this is Red Bull. He's going to go into warp speed. Watch out. He's going to meander off. Woohoo! He's moving fast. But I'm just your average girl. I'm a retired art teacher. And didn't start my cattle until about 5 years ago. And there's my Dexter miniature. Hi, Honor boy. You come see... Oh, you're going to come see Blackie? You going to come see her? So what can I tell you about minis? They don't require as much fencing. They don't require much food. And surprisingly, they're rumens. I've noticed on my farm, they'll start eating hay at a month to 2 months old, where it takes almost 2.5, 3, 4 months for these guys to get really good at eating everything they should be eating as far as food other than from the milk. Hey, Honor, you're going to get me shot with this electric fence, aren't you? Because I'm going to pet you anyway. Don't bump me. Hey, don't bump me. That's why your name's Honor, huh? You want to be wrestled with. If you get me shocked on this video, and that's the stinking electric fence, and it's hot, I must be a fool. I'm going to pet you anyway, huh? Anyway, just thought you would like to see my life with these crazy babies. I can't see myself ever going back to not having cattle, even if they're minis. And that's Honor sweet talking Blackie right now. He would love to get back over here and talk to her some more, wouldn't you, Honor? I think I can get over here. Excuse me, Blackie. Excuse me, Blackie. And show you the mini bull compared to the standard bull. 6 month old, 2.5 months old. He's already bigger than the 6 month old. And I'm the primary caregiver here. I do Well, thank you, Henri, for the showdown of what you like to do. And he eventually will breed these, even though they say he can't. He does. He figures it out. I don't know if he gets them in a ditch or what, but he does it. And I got living proof right over there that he does it. Because he was pinned up with the white mama back there, trying to get her, where these bigger ones were flipping her upside down in a trough, a concrete trough, and she couldn't stay with them. They were bullying her too much. Ooh, Red Bull's hungry. Get into warp speed and go get it. I'll go that way, you big chicken. Don't walk through the house. He's gonna go see Mama. That's Daddy, Mama, baby. But I don't want Henri doing what he did last time to that little sweet thing over there.